Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Comic Hero Talk. I am Jacob Hartley, and this is What's the Issue, episode number 2, where I talk about the comic book single issues that I've been reading this week. And this is going to be a slow week and a short week because I've only read 2 comics this week. The only 2 things that I continually read that I caught up on, and those are Harley Quinn Rebirth number 23 and Avengers number 9, the current Avengers run going on that kind of ties into the Secret Empire storyline currently going on right now. Gonna talk about those. Before I get started, just give a little brief update on what's going on with me. I saw Spider-Man Homecoming last night. Awesome movie. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, so I loved it. I want to go watch it again ASAP, but my first reactions are, wow, it's one of the best Spider-Man movies ever made. They finally got Peter Parker right, and I definitely recommend going and watching it. And also, I'm going to continue doing this What's the Issue weekly. I'm going to put them up every Sunday just to wrap up the comics that I've been reading that week, and that gives me enough time from Wednesday to Sunday to read and shoot. 4 days, it's pretty tight, but it gives me enough time in that span. Also, we're going to start doing a new show. I'm thinking about calling it Talkin' Trades, where we talk about trade comic books. And our first episode is going to be on Preacher, Book 1, the graphic novel. Well, they used to be single run issues back in the mid-90s, and now it's a 6-book series, and now they have a TV show on AMC based off of it. So, and I read Book 1, and me and DeMont Ricks, another guy who's going to be joining the Comic Hero Talk shows, we are going to review Preacher Book 1, so look forward to that. But let's talk about the issues that I've read this week. So, starting with Harley Quinn, number 23. I love this cover. This cover is awesome. There was another cover, but I had to get this one because it has her and Poison Ivy on there. And I've said this before plenty of times. Harley Quinn is one of my favorite characters to read, regardless of superhero, supervillain, anti-hero, whatever you want to call her. She is one of the most fun, interesting, charismatic, unpredictable, fun-loving characters to read. Like, some of the stuff that comes out of her mouth is insane. Like, she's dealing with this character Harley Quinn in these last couple issues, and she calls her some names in this, and I'm like, what? Did she really just say that? And this is like an edgy comic book. Like, this one is teen. So usually comics are fine for most ages, but this one is teen because there's some edgy stuff in here. And I'm starting to realize this with certain issues. Like, they're really short, and I read through them in like 5 minutes, and then that's done. And that entertainment is over with, and I spent $4, or for the Rebirth it's $3, so it makes it a little bit easier to accept that I'm paying a lot of money for such a short amount of time of entertainment. So actually, I don't mind the DC Rebirths. I forgot they were $2.99 for a second, but some of the Marvel comics that are still $3.99 or $4.99 are starting to, wear on me, because I don't think it's worth the bang for the buck for some of them, unless it's stuff that I'm dying to read, like, Secret Empire, Captain Marvel characters and storylines that I have to keep up with. But as far as just this Harley Quinn comic was really, really short. It was started and ended really quickly, but that's fine for the price that you're paying for it. I said before, it's almost impossible to go back and find Harley Quinn number 1 Rebirth and then start reading all the way up to 23. But if you like Harley Quinn, this Rebirth line is really good. It's one of my favorite things in comics in the last year, and I think you should pick up the trades and read those if you're really interested in it. All right, moving on to Avengers number 9. You got this cover right here, and it says, "Where is Thor?" So Lady Thor, Jane Foster as Thor, has kind of gone missing in this issue from the Secret Empire storyline, and Captain America kind of sent her somewhere because she's too powerful for him to handle. Like, just like he locked Captain Marvel in space and locked Doctor Strange in a Dark Force bubble, Thor, he can't have Thor against him, so he got rid of her. She kind of got teleported to this other dimension, this other planet, this other realm, and the whole comic is just about her on this planet, and you get the perspective of one of the aliens on the planet, and how they view Thor coming to their planet, and how Thor and this alien become friends, and then Thor helps them, you know, beat this guy who's kind of like mistreating people on the planet. So it was a cool little one-off, spin-off little thing on Avengers. But again, like I was saying earlier, for the $4 that you're paying and you read it in 5 minutes and it's done, and especially like this is like a little tiny side story that doesn't tie into the main storyline. Like, we didn't really learn any new information outside of Thor, and it's an Avengers comic. So as far as how much content is in there, it was disappointing. But the content that was in there, I enjoyed it. I mean, if I got to read this for free, I would enjoy it. But just the thing, when I equate the money I'm paying to the amount of content or quality of content I'm getting, wasn't necessarily worth it. But I still did enjoy reading it. This Avengers line is something I'm considering dropping because, like I said plenty of times, you can't read everything that comes out for time's sake and money's sake. But I am going to read the next issue, because the next issue actually deals with the Avengers dealing with the Secret Empire storyline. So if I enjoy that next issue, then I will continue reading this, but we will see. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this short episode of What's the Issue. Again, I only read 2 issues, so not much to talk about this week, but I do definitely recommend going to see Spider-Man Homecoming. And at the end of every week, I choose the best issue of the week. I've only read 2, but I choose Harley Quinn number 23 as the best issue because I love some of her interactions with some of the other characters in there, and I just thoroughly enjoy every page of that comic, every issue. So I choose Harley Quinn number 23 as my issue of the week. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode of What's the Issue. Thank you all for watching this video. I am Jacob Bartley for Comic Hero Talk. Please subscribe if you like all things superhero. I talk about all of it. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, take care.